So I felt compelled to look at something, and it was the history, a brief history, brief breakdown of um, um, the debt, but also I didn't watch deficit spending, but the U.S. debt is caused by deficit spending, so deficit translates into debt. So, I mean, they go hand in hand. But yeah, the debt spending by uh, political parties and stuff. And there's more nuance that goes into that, but I just wanted it kind of simple. So I'm sure people can break things down. But yeah, it was since the video was since World War II, but it did seem pretty clear that pretty much with the exception of Obama, it was basically Republicans that were tacking on more debt. I don't know how much more, and percentile debt, of course, because you have to look at each administration relative to the last in its own kind of segment, in its own kind of period in history and stuff. And Bush 2 is probably the worst example of that, because he started that whole ridiculous tax cut thing and kind of didn't need to. And he presided over all of that lending, which caused that 2008 shit. And of course, he's not the guy that did the lending, but I'm betting somewhere in his administrative years, 2000, 2008, where were the regulators? Oh, I'm sorry. In our legislation, we got rid of all the regulators. Oops. Yeah, exactly. In those tax cut bills, or somewhere in some of the bills, you got rid of regulators that I'm betting would have spotted all that shit. So, I mean, that's another great thing about Republicans that they love doing. They love being horrible. You got to be responsible. You got to be responsible with your finances. Now that I as a legislator have control of the finances, I'm going to take this government credit card and spend. 17% interest. Let somebody else pay for it. It's like, what the hell? You're telling individual people not to use credit cards and payday loans and all this shit, and then you're like sure, $1.5 billion on the military, and by the way, we're going to cut taxes on the people that have money. And I mean, it's just like one hand washes the other one's balls. It's just, I don't know. It's just. And then when they're done washing the balls, by the time they got enough money, they're washing some Democrats' balls too, and then the whole thing is corrupt and whatever. And then the Democrats are like, all right, we'll cut taxes, but those social programs, you're not touching those. And it's like, all right, fine. And the Republicans are like, all right, we're going to cut taxes and the social programs. It's like, jeez. Wow. I don't even. And some people are like, and then some people are like, the Democrats are, they give people like me shit for saying stuff that both parties are okay. I'm not saying both parties are the same. I used to think that when both parties were, 20 years ago, both parties were functionally the same. Like when George W. Bush, when W was the guy in town, because they were basically the same. They were close enough that they were functionally the same. But with Trump, they are different. It's just that the Democrats are they're not representing me. That's for damn sure. So, if you're giving me a choice between the Republicans and the Democrats, of course I'm going to choose the Democrats. But, shit, I forgot to fucking do. God damn it. I keep forgetting to fucking send that in. If you're giving me a choice between the Republicans and the Democrats, of course I'm going to choose the Democrats. But if you're giving me a choice between the Republicans and the Democrats and someone who's going to actually, give it to the man, someone who is actually going to make good choices, like you're gonna, there's too many ways, there's too many things that need to be done to just do it right. That's all I can say, because otherwise the freaking video would be too long. But yeah. I don't even know. A different group of people that just want to get shit done right, and just want to take all the Republicans out and the lion's share of the Democrats out too. As I'm sure there are some Democrats that, if all the other dudes were gone, they'd be like, yes, finally, we can do what we want to do. Now that the rest of them are gone, we can actually fucking get universal health care, get good minimum wage, close all tax loopholes, and put better taxes on. Just do all the box checking that we know needs to be done, but it's just, we got all these fucking people who are just stooges. And shit cannot be done. Anyways. there you go. So, yeah. Debt deficit's fucked up, and there we go. Still hot in here. Boobulars.